So I worked for it, but I did end up with a pretty good haul. Good morning, everybody. We're going thrifting today. Can't wait to see what we find. So I'm starting off in our aisles, and not a whole lot here today, but I did find this original painting on board. It's signed in the corner. I just love the cheerful colors of this teacup, and it's also only $2. This vase is absolutely giant. It is $10 and not food safe. I love when they have those messages on a piece that says, may poison you. Definitely kind of puts me off the piece, although I am not drinking out of this, so I'm probably safe. I think because it's 10 and big, I'm probably going to pass on it, but I love the two-tone metal. This is pretty. Enamel piece. Although I think it's newer because of the brass color. It is $6.99. Pretty well done. Okay, this is a maybe. I like the shape on this piece and also the hammer detail around the edges and on the handles. Definitely has a lot of scratches. It's $7. I'll have to look up that stamp. A cute little crucifix. It is $1.99, two-sided. Okay, let me pick this up. This is a good carved wood duck. It is handmade, handcrafted, it says, $4.99. I need to look up the value on these because some ducks can be really valuable and I know nothing about them, so I never know how to judge. So I gotta look it up. So I've been finding so many masks lately. This one's $5. I like the brass around the edges. No hanging mechanism though. Okay, this is pretty cool. So I thought this was for napkins, but why would it have holes there to screw into a wall? So I'm not sure what this is. The colors on this handmade bowl are incredible. $10. It's very lightweight, so it's definitely well done. This is a very interesting wall pocket. $3, handmade. That is very cool. A pretty wood box with some shell detail, so $3.99. Seems like it's in pretty good shape, and I saw so many boxes in my booth. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. This little cloisonne teapot, $2. It's adorable. I'm so bummed that this frame has so many cracks. I mean, it is an oldie, like a real oldie. I think it's just too far gone to sell. So you guys know I am powerless against these little painted boxes. $3.99 as is, probably because there's some flaking right there, which is not a big deal at all. These are always flaky by the time they get to the thrift store, but I never find purple, so I'm excited. Hello shells. Okay, $4.99. Oh, those two big ones. And then this style I do not have, so this is coming home. Another purple piece. I very rarely see anything purple at the thrift store. $2. Love the wave. I probably will still pass on it, but it's very pretty. So another shopper had these in his hands, and I was like, oh, I really like those. And then a few minutes later, they weren't in his hands, so I asked him where he put them, and he showed me where, so they're gonna be mine. These frame prints are kind of nice, but it bothers me that the writing is cut off there. And also the blue is pretty bright. So a new cart came out, and I grabbed this mask so fast, $5. Love the colors, and it will go with the other masks that I have. I've been making kind of a little collection of the colorful ones. And this mushroom art was also on the new cart, and it is $3. Love it. Also on the new cart was this gal, and between her eyes and the message, I feel like she is who you have to be careful of in a horror film. She's the killer. This one is the killer. I don't know how I missed this little dish when I first passed through the aisle. This is heirloom pewter, $2.99. Okay, definitely getting this. Another mask. This guy is a totally different vibe. I thought it was a bottle opener at first, but then I realized, nope, you cannot put a cap through that. This is a cute little pedestal piece. Has quite a bit of wear on the corners. It is $4.99. Okay, I think I'll probably pass on it. I don't know why, but I do love a really well done gourd folk art piece. And this one with the flowers is really beautiful. It's $2. Made by Jane. Well done, Jane. You did a great job. This brass frame is in very good shape. It is, $4.99 though. That is definitely more than I want to spend on it. So this piece actually came out at the same time as that mushroom one. It's $3. I didn't like it as well, so I don't think I'm gonna get it. So a new cart came out and this little piece was on there. It's $3. It's from Siena in Italy. It's very cute, but doesn't really go for much. So this weird guy was in this new cart and it's $3 as is, definitely beat up. He's extremely scary. But it says souvenir of Portland, Oregon. Like, what would this have been from? So I looked up this weirdo, and it's actually from either the 1930s, 1940s, and this is an ashtray, so that's why his mouth is open, and also because apparently he would have had a bee on his nose, so that's why he's pulling this like weird face, because a bee landed on his nose. So I can forgive him for this face, but it's kind of a cool piece. I wish it didn't have the bee missing. I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like almost clown adjacent, so I apologize, probably why it appealed to me. But anyways, yeah, I won't be getting it, but it's very interesting. This frame shell piece is kind of cutesy, but you guys know I'm in my shell era, so it definitely appeals to me. $3. I'm going to try to resist it, but it's very pretty. I love the shininess. So this book has some amazing nudes in it and other illustrations. So I think I'm gonna get it to frame. I'll look it up to make sure it's not valuable, but I think it's gonna make some awesome framed artwork. So another new cart came out, not that exciting, although I did grab this. I'm gonna look it up. It's very pretty. I love the shape of it. This metal vase I would have picked up years ago, not so much anymore, it just doesn't sell as well. And this is a very interesting ceramic piece, but just not feeling it. So I looked this up and it actually has pretty decent comps. Like the listing prices on eBay are like near $100, but the solds are around $30, $40. So, and that's with shipping too. So I think I'm gonna get it. I also found this photo frame, which is so cute. It's fabric, but it's $5, and that just seems so steep for it. This artwork is kind of fun, and what drew me to it is the teeny tiny caterpillar right there. So this was just in a new cart. It's a whole collage of stamps. It's actually kind of cool. It's $7. And then the other thing I got was this very cool horse print. Love the colors on it. It is $3, definitely an oldie. So this is a guess. The stamp one is a maybe. This is kind of a neat painting of someone's legs in water. It is $2. I feel like for $2 that's worth picking up. This is kind of a cool piece. I like the wood frame. $2. A souvenir piece from Krakow. So I have been here for a little while now, and I have a cart full of stuff, very random stuff. It's definitely not curated like the last time I was here. It's very curated, beautiful cart, and this time it's like just a hot mess of all sorts of random stuff. So I'm gonna wait maybe a little bit longer to see what else comes out on the new carts. Otherwise, I'm heading to the next stop. So while I'm waiting, I think I'm going to go through my cart and see what I want to put back. I'm very like mixed on this. I really like it, but do I need it? No. So I just found the most magnificent frame. I mean, it's incredible. I don't love the print so much, although it is the vibe. It's $10. It definitely has had some damage. Like down here, you can see where it has broken off. And it is kind of obvious. But when do you ever find a frame like this? At Goodwill, you don't. I don't know what to do about this piece. A new cart came out and I found another one of these little toothpick bud vase holders, $3 that I want to put matches in. So I have quite the collection coming. This just came off on a new cart. Love this mug. It's so good, and it's $3. And then I also found this really interesting bird print. Like the wood frame is very old, and you turn it over, it's $4. So it's definitely like vintage. But it has like this kind of flaw, I feel like, in the print. At first I was like, is that a bug? But I actually think that's part of the print. So I feel like it's distracting. So I don't know. It's a really neat piece though. So I am just grabbing all sorts of things from the new cart. So I got this amazing piece for $4. And then I also got this, which is so cool. It's a handmade canister with a woman on top. I mean, it's very strange, but very cool. It's $7. I kind of like these woven placemats. It's a set of 4 for $4.99, and this stitch actually comes out. It's just to keep it all together until it ends up in your home. I think they're so pretty. More items from a new card. I got this cool wood stamp and these teeny tiny wood stamps. So I'll give them probably to my mother-in-law. She does pottery and she likes to stamp fun things into the clay. I got excited for a second over this piece, thinking it was Wedgwood, but then on closer examination, not quite. $4.99, and the lid doesn't really sit well on the piece, so that's a pass. I am so excited about this find. They are vintage postcards, and some of them are anatomy, botany, zoology, miscellaneous. They're all so good. I mean, look at this one. So you could frame them, you could sell them individually. I may sell them individually in my booth for like $5 each. So I gotta see, I gotta go look through all of them. I know my son is gonna be so excited to go through these. Another find from a new cart, $7.99, a very solid Buddha statue. And a reselling friend found this book. It is Marks and Monograms on Pottery. It is huge. Imagine if this was your reference guide. I don't think I'd have the stamina to go through these pages. I mean, it kind of is organized by country and type, but I don't think I have it in me to read this whole thing just to find and identify a piece of pottery, but it's a very cool piece. It's $7.99. I may get it just because, I mean, it's very awesome. After several rounds of new carts and scouring the shelves, this is my very eclectic haul of stuff. I don't think I've had this eclectic of a cart in a long time. This piece here, so excited about the ceramic piece. Love the prints, the mask. This one's for me. Some cool shells, don't have that shell. This book is great because of the nudes I'll be able to cut up and frame. And these postcards I'll be able to put in my booth. Just a lot of interesting things. Oh, and then I don't think I showed you this little piece of art that I got off a new cart. I mean, it's crazy looking, but this will be in my little art gallery wall that I have. I think it'll be kind of a fun addition compared to all the florals and cross stitch and needlepoint that I have, you know, all the traditional stuff, and then I'll have this one mixed in. So it'll be interesting to put in the wall. So one final item added to the cart, this very old mirror, $4. I mean, it has some wear on the back, but it doesn't really matter because the mirror and this metal piece is in really good shape. So we are back at the car, and oh my goodness, did it take a long time to get all this stuff. So thankfully I did get a cart full, but it took hours of being there to get it. It was like one thing at a time and spaced really far in between. For you guys, it seemed like 2 seconds, but I actually was here for hours. So anyways, we're gonna go to the next stop right now. Next, I am going to Village Merchants, which is one of my favorite thrift stores in all of Portland. It's like they knew I was coming. A shell and a very cool hand. I don't know why, but I really love this old-timey sailor dude. He is $6. I love these canisters so much. This one is $8. I'm tempted to get it. I actually have something similar, but I just have the face portion. I don't have the hat or the body. I love how these boobs are wearing seashells to cover the nipples. That is hysterical. The spice rack is very cute. It's 24 as found. It definitely has a bunch of wear and tear, but it is old if you look at the hardware. So I'll probably pass on it, but I am on the hunt for these. This mug is absolutely insane. It's so lightweight despite how it looks. It's dirty on the inside though. $8. So in this store you have to look up because there's always a ton of artwork high up on the walls. And this right here, this cross stitch, is so detailed. It's only $20. I'm so tempted by these bookends. They have some wear and damage, which is pretty common. They're $18. I've never seen bursts like this before. So I found this box. It's $10, which is probably the highest I've ever paid for one of these boxes at this size, but I sell them for $24 in my booth, so there's a little bit of margin in them, so I think I may get it. This is probably the coolest rocker I have ever seen. Wow. The seat is teeny tiny though. It is for a small butt. This is kind of a fun piece because it's so long, but I'm not sure how I feel about the leaves, like the way they did the leaves. Don't worry everybody, I am not going to get this. This floral is pretty cool. Very abstract, $32 on board. It's a little more than I'd want to spend though. And it's also a pretty big size, so shipping it would be expensive. Okay, I took it down. It is pretty great. It's $32 though, man. Not really finding much here, so I feel like I want to walk away with something really exciting, and this would fit the bill. Okay, so I did not find as much as I thought I would at that thrift store, but I did find the most amazing painting at the very end in a case, and you guys are not ready for how cool this is. It is a warrior. Look at the frame. Insane. It is the coolest thing I have ever found. It's signed. I mean, when I saw it in the case, I was like, ooh, wonder how much that's going to be. And so I went up to pay and I'm like, can you just get out of the case just to see? And it was $59. So I definitely, I invested in it, but I thought it was so good. And there's a lot of margin in this because it's just incredibly unique. I can't believe I found it. So yeah, very good find. So I'm out running errands and I thought I would pop into Value Village and see what was new. So let's get in there. So I walked in the door and saw a new cart and found this Costa Boda. So off to a good start. This is a cute piece. Oh, it's a bank. So many of the good figurines are banks and I feel like banks just don't sell as well. And next to it is this adorable bunny. I wish it was brass because I absolutely pick it up. This wood mask is incredible, but $40 seems really steep. So I totally thought this was a vase when I saw it on the shelf, but it's a candle holder. That is very interesting, $4.99. Someone's recipe box collection came through. I love the old dividers. This one is in actually really good shape. I think it's a little bit newer. So because I found the Costa Boda one, I was like, ooh, I wonder if this one on the shelf is something special. It's called the raspberry candle holder, and I think they sell for like around $20. This is $4.99. I may pick this one up too. This picture frame is an oldie. Look at that purple felted back. It's very dusty and linty and very lightweight actually for being silver. So I don't know, I'd have to clean it up. This is definitely almost coming apart. It's like the threads are barely hanging on, so I'll probably pass on it. This is a beautiful and very large serving bowl plate thing. It has a lot of like black marks on it, like over there too. You can get those up with a magic eraser, but I don't really want to ship this or really take up that much space in my booth, so I'm gonna leave it behind. So my last video, I showed this cute little bowl in the footage, and one of you mentioned that the Arthur Court pieces can sometimes be worth a lot depending on the design. So I'm back and it's still here, so I decided to look it up, and it is only worth like 13 to 15 bucks. So won't be picking it up, but did a comp this time. At first I was like, oh, that's a cute seasonal painting, and then I realized those were rhinestones, and it's also print, so that's a pass. It is such a shame that this is unfinished. Would have been so cute. So the next stop is Ungers. It's an antique mall in our area. I love it. I don't get here very often. I usually only here like a couple times a year, and I'm really hoping to find some good stuff. So let's get in there. This old tin is fantastic. I love the people on top. It is 26 brass, actually pretty sturdy. So I'm always looking for these paint palettes, and this one unfortunately is just all black, like a navy black blue color. I like when they have a lot more variety on them. It's 16, which is a good price for these, but unfortunately it's just not quite the mix of colors I want. This pair of needle points are so sweet. They're 20 each. I just love how they're framed and matted, and they go together but are kind of different too. I'm gonna have to think about these. This is a sweet little painting for 16. Okay, I think I'm gonna have to get this. This Moody Floral is really good. It is 25. Man, I feel like there's still margin for it, but I don't know. Okay, I'll think about this. I love what they did to this rolling pin. They turned it into a postcard and photo holder. I'm always on the hunt for specimens because my husband loves to pin bugs and buy pin bugs. It's actually a pretty decent price for this blue morpher. So I sell a lot of picture frames in my booth. So anytime I'm at a mall, I like to look at their pricing to compare to mine. So 8 for this guy. I usually sell these for 12 because I find that the ones that fold in half tend to be more desirable. Let's see how much like an individual brass one is. 10. Okay, yeah, so pretty similar. I'm usually like 12 to 16, I would say, on mine. Smaller ones like this would probably be 8 in my booth. Another curio shape I have never seen. I got a pyramid like triangle one at Goodwill. I've never seen this style. It's so pretty. But it is, yeah, 38, so outside my budget. The other thing I like to do at antique malls is check out everyone's merchandising and displays. And I just love how this person has organized all their smalls on this very cool like rotating rack. Oh no, someone painted this guy gold. That is a shame. So at first I thought this was a caterpillar, and then I turned it around and no, it's a wood pig that I think is a coaster set. It's 16. I wonder if it comes apart. So that pig does come apart, and it is so cute. Oh, I kind of want him because of that sweet face. So I saw a lot of Butterbells, and this blue is fantastic. 12 seems to be a pretty good price. I gotta check comps on my own Etsy shop to see what I sell them for, because I can't remember if they're 38 or 48. So I may be getting this. Sorry for the lighting, it's kind of spooky. Anyways, I do sell them for 48, so that's pretty good margins. So I'm going to get that, assuming no chips. But one thing I want to tell you guys, because someone told me in my comments recently that Butterbell is actually like a trademark term, and so you can't use them in your listings. You can't use Butterbell in your listings, otherwise you can get flagged and the listing can be taken down. So keep that in mind if you sell Butterbells. So this brass frame and these frames are 10 to 12 each, which is not a bad price because they're usually made in Italy. Is this not the cutest dog doorstop you've ever seen? $8. I'm gonna have to look it up. It seems really old. I'm so excited because my husband collects puzzle boxes and I found one for 25, and usually they're like 40 plus. So this is very exciting. So I found this floral. It is 36. So this would be for me. Love the greens and the blues, and I feel like it could go in my new gallery wall that I'm planning. So it's on boards. I'd have to find a frame for it, and hopefully it's standard sizing. I think the colors are just so cheerful. This caddy is fantastic. It has the best types of patina on it. I love it. Very rustic. It is, I think it was like 35. Let me see if I can find the price. Yes, it's 35, which I think there's still margin there. So I may get it. I love this ceramic quail. It is 23. I feel like I want to just throw out all my decor and just start doing like a hunting lodge type of vibe. This is so cute. It is 14. I hate the frame. I think in a wood frame it would look better. So I'm trying to decide if I have a frame already for it and if I want a framing project. So these vintage art prints, which are actually just pages from books, are so great. The mushroom ones, they're $5 each. And I was like, do I pick these up for my husband because he loves mushroom art? Or do I pick them up myself and frame them? But the problem is the writing is really close to the image. So I don't know if that would be a problem to actually see this. So I'm in a booth that has basically everything that I love. Wood boxes, original art, needle points, brass frames. They even have a wicker animal. Sorry about all the HVAC noise. It's very hot up here. I want everything. It's just a little bit outside of budget. This piece though, I feel like is worth investing in because it would be something I absolutely would pick up if I was in Europe. So I'm gonna get it. Look at this needlepoint with the flowering tree. It is, I think it was 20 when I looked at it originally, 24. It is really lovely. Look at that teeny tiny stitching. This is a really nice ornate frame, but it's missing its kickstand, which is not a huge deal because I probably wouldn't put it on a surface. I'd probably hang it on the wall. But that's something to keep in mind. Always check it over to make sure it has the kickstand or hanging mechanisms depending on what you want to do. Okay, so the mall is basically closing right now. So last few things that I got, this really cool painting for $8. It's on board. And then this seasonal painting. I love the birch trees. And this was 10. So I found this glass bird for 10, I think. But it has a hole in it, so whoever made it didn't really finish it very well. So I don't know, I'll probably pass on it. Here's another one. This one is also, looks like 10, but this one looks more finished. He is so cute. So you guys are not ready for how big this abacus is. This is the biggest one I have ever found. I kind of stopped picking them up recently, but this one's only 16. And it's huge, so it's coming home. This painting is amazing, and I love how this woman is like, you know what would add the drama? The hat. The nudity was not enough, the hat. Oh my gosh, I am so hot. It is not air conditioned in there. So on a hot day, it's a little hot and steamy in there, but I got some really great stuff that I'm excited about. So we are back home in my studio space, and I just want to let you guys know anything you saw in footage that you're interested in and want to purchase, there's a link to my Etsy shop down below, and then you can also click the QR code on the screen. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in my next thrifting video. Take care.